At 2:20 p.m. on March 28th, a powerful 8.2 magnitude earthquake struck Myanmar, with tremors also reaching parts of China's Yunnan province over 1,000 kilometers away from the epicenter. By 2:20 p.m., strong seismic waves reached Ruili, Yunnan. In a video, viewers can see a water tank atop a high-rise building in Ruili collapsing, with water cascading down like a waterfall, sweeping toward a crowd of people fleeing the scene. The pedestrians were quickly engulfed, creating a terrifying and chaotic scene. A netizen who filmed the video said, "In the instant of the earthquake, many people didn't even have time to put on their clothes, including myself. We just ran out the door." In another a jade shop owner in Ruili, Yunnan, shared in an interview that when the earthquake hit, he instinctively grabbed the three most expensive jade pieces, valued at 2 million yuan, 800,000 yuan, and over 200,000 yuan, and ran outside. At a maternity center in Ruili, Yunnan, the building shook violently during the earthquake, and the nurse inside was terrified, crying uncontrollably. However, she instinctively protected the baby with her body, never letting go. Netizens were deeply moved by her actions. One commented, "She held the baby with one hand while using the other to steady a stroller, not because she was unstable, but because there was another child in the stroller." Others noted, "In a time of crisis, the natural instinct is to flee, but she didn't run. She held the baby tightly, showing what a good person she is. She deserves recognition and a promotion." According to a report from Xinhua News Agency, 847 residential households in Ruili were damaged by the earthquake, affecting 2,840 people. In another video, a netizen recounted experiencing a 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Dehong, Yunnan. They lived on the 25th floor of a building. The building was so intense that water from an aquarium spilled onto the floor, walls cracked, and the person filming struggled to maintain their balance. Just hours after the earthquake, around 5 p.m. that same afternoon, residents in multiple areas of Yunnan witnessed something shocking. The sun gradually turned blood red. The entire sky took on an eerie hue, and this strange phenomenon lasted for about half an hour. Eyewitnesses described the sun as looking like the color of blood, something they had never seen before. By the evening of March 29th, the phrase "blood red sun" appears over Yunnan shot to the top of trending topics online. Some people were convinced that the red sun was connected to the recent earthquake. Others found it unsettling, even frightening. Comments poured in. "It feels like a sign, maybe a warning of another earthquake. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Looking at it makes me feel anxious." As expected, the Chinese government's meteorological experts quickly came out to debunk the claims. Their explanation was the usual: light refraction, atmospheric scattering, and dust pollution. However, some internet users weren't convinced. One pointed out, "A red sun due to atmospheric refraction isn't impossible, but it usually happens in lower latitudes near the equator, places like Bangkok, Thailand, where you might see a reddish sun around 6 or 7 p.m. But Yunnan has a higher altitude, where the sun sets much faster. In similar weather conditions, when Thailand sees a red sunset, Yunnan would already be in complete darkness by 7 or 8 p.m. It shouldn't be visible. This time, the blood red sun in Yunnan appeared before 6 p.m. Normally, at that time, the sun here should still be dazzlingly bright, unless it was covered by thick clouds. Air pollution or forest fires could also cause the sun to appear red, but not to this extreme. Plus, in those cases, the sky usually looks murky as well. The contrast between the sun and the sky wouldn't be as dramatic as what happened in Yunnan. There were no reports of smog or forest fires in Yunnan or nearby areas, making this event highly unusual. Some netizens commented, "Anything they can't explain is just called a natural phenomenon. Anything that doesn't fit their version of science is labeled unscientific. And when they don't understand something, they just cover it up. That's the real job of CCP experts." They also pointed to historical examples like the 1979 Tangshan earthquake. Allegedly, some individuals had foreseen the disaster and warned people to take precautions. Even earthquake bureau staff reportedly detected warning signs and repeatedly reported them to higher authorities, only to be ignored. Later, officials who had taken action to protect citizens were even demoted or suppressed. Political analysts noted, many CCP leaders privately believe in traditional Chinese metaphysics and feng shui. Even Xi Jinping has advisors in this field. His recent trip to southwestern China was supposed to improve his fortune, but the heavens clearly had other plans, as unusual phenomena kept occurring. The CCP doesn't want people to know about these things, and they're even more afraid of the public embracing real Chinese traditions like metaphysics and feng shui. Some netizens even commented, "We've never seen such a blood-red sun before in Yunnan. This is definitely an ominous sign. Could it be warning us that a major disaster is about to occur in China?" Indeed, after the strong earthquake in Myanmar, more regions in China began experiencing earthquakes. On the evening of March 28th, two 3.0 magnitude earthquakes occurred in Zhengkang County, Yunnan. In a video, a panicked netizen can be heard shouting, "There was an earthquake in Linqiang today. We live on the 12th floor, and we can't even use the elevator." At 6:50 p.m. on March 29th, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake struck Huizhe County in Yunnan. The epicenter was at a depth of 10 kilometers, with noticeable tremors felt in nearby Ludian and Jiaojia counties. In a video, the sofa shakes violently, a bookshelf topples over, and an air conditioner unit sways before finally falling down. Water in a pond ripples significantly, showing the extent of the shaking. In another video, surveillance footage shows students running out of a school, while cows in a pen are startled by the earthquake. A tall building shakes heavily. A different surveillance video shows a house violently shaking. At 2:13 a.m. on April 1st, a 3.2 magnitude earthquake occurred in Mangshi, Dehong Prefecture, Yunnan, at a depth of 10 kilometers. On the streets, people are seen running in panic, and a blogger captured the chaotic scene on their phone. In a video, a netizen warns, "School staff should not irresponsibly lock the doors and go to sleep. In China, there have been multiple incidents where students were trapped and lost their lives during earthquakes and fires because their dormitory doors were locked." In another video, a student from Dehong Normal University in Yunnan says, "This is the second earthquake tonight, and it's after 5 a.m. now. Luckily, I ran back during the first one and grabbed a bag with some food." Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. I survived a 5.2 earthquake in Wenchuan. This is my second earthquake experience. I didn't sleep all night, just ran down and sat there playing on my phone. At this time of year, it should already be very hot, but this year it's cold and hot, like a roller coaster. Just a few days ago, I was wearing short sleeves, but today I have to wear a cotton jacket. The weather is unpredictable, and it's no surprise something happened. After the Dehong earthquake, a high-rise building showed numerous cracks. Netizens commented, "Every floor is cracked." In addition to Yunnan, other regions in China have also experienced earthquakes. On March 30th, at 12:09 p.m., a 2.8 magnitude earthquake was recorded in Guangcheng County, Chengde, Hebei. Later that evening, at 8:24 p.m., a 3.7 magnitude quake hit Aksu, Xinjiang, followed by a 3.0 magnitude earthquake in Miaoming, Guangdong, at 8:46 p.m. On March 30th, an earthquake struck Miaoming, Guangdong. In a video, a family is seen sitting around a table, enjoying tea and chatting, when suddenly, they all jump up and rush outside in panic. The netizen who filmed the video commented that the person who remained seated stayed safe. Initially, there were no injuries, but during the chaotic rush, 2 people were accidentally trampled. In Gaozhou, Miaoming, another netizen captured a strange sight on the highway, a massive flock of birds flying in a large tubular formation. The netizen questioned, "Why have earthquakes been occurring all over the world in just a few days? What happened today?" In recent years, various unusual phenomena have been reported across China. On March 27th, around noon, an unusual sight appeared in the sky over Jiaxing, Zhejiang. A massive black cloud, stretching for dozens of meters, suddenly formed and lay across the sky like a giant serpent. This phenomenon lasted about 20 minutes before it disappeared with heavy rain. One commenter noted, "This type of cloud is called a dragon snake cloud. When it appears, it's considered a bad omen." A blogger from Jilin pointed out the historical records document similar events. A black dragon cloud with horns appearing over Zhou, frightening local officials so much that they held an emergency ritual to pray to the heavens. The Jiaxing Gazetteer also recorded that during Emperor Kangshi's reign in the Qing dynasty, a white flood dragon cloud lingered in the sky for 3 days, and soon after, a devastating flood followed. On March 23rd, bamboo in Wangjianglo Park has started flowering. This is significant because traditionally, bamboo flowering has been considered an ominous sign. Wangjianglo Park, known as China's top bamboo garden, is home to 500 species of bamboo. Recently, clusters of bamboo across the park have started blooming. specifically 18 clumps of one variety, 1 clump of another, and 3 clumps of a third. These flowering bamboo plants have been spotted in several areas of the park. Reports of bamboo flowering have also emerged from Hunan, Hubei, and Jiangsu, sparking widespread discussion. In Chinese folklore, there's a saying, "When bamboo flowers, it's time to move." This reflects the traditional belief that it's an omen of an impending disaster, prompting people to prepare in advance to minimize its impact. Adding to the unusual events, Beijing, Hebei, and surrounding regions have witnessed a series of rare celestial phenomena since late last year, including halos, multiple suns, and blood-red skies. On December 10, 2024, a solar halo and 3 suns appeared in the sky over Beijing. 2 mini-suns flanked the main sun. On January 1, 2025, a massive solar halo was visible over Beijing. On January 26, 2025, 4 suns appeared in the Beijing sky. Similar occurrences have been recorded in Inner Mongolia and Hebei. On November 29, 2024, in Inner Mongolia, 3 suns were in the sky for nearly 5 hours. On December 4, 2024, 2 suns appeared over Shijiazhuang, Hebei. The next day, in Shifeng, Inner Mongolia, 1 large and 1 small sun were visible in the morning sky. In traditional Chinese culture, the concentration of these unusual phenomena is often given clear and specific interpretations, typically seen as omens of significant events or dynastic changes.